here's my apron. In case you can't see it, here it is, pumpkin sculpting with Terri. I'll just stand up really quickly. You'll notice that the studio is a little bit different this time. That's because I'm coming off of Halloween. It's been a long October, and honestly, I worked very, very hard. I taught a lot of classes, which I will be in the future showing you what those classes look like, and that way you can be prepared for next October if you think you want to do it. I'm going to prepare for next October. I have a lot of video courses this year. It wasn't a lot of video courses, but next year, hopefully, if you want to take my class via Zoom, it is feasible. Sometimes people just want to watch me carve. Sometimes they want to carve along with me. It's really up to you. And it's a lot of fun, and it's a super, super great experience. So I thought I'd do just a touch up on a pumpkin that I had for Halloween, and just kind of play with it. The nice thing about pumpkins is that, you know, you want to do a little more, right? Here I am down here. This is a moon or ghost pumpkin. It has a white surface, and sometimes you don't know what color is going to be inside. And here the color is orange, a peach color, but you can also get cassava. You can also get pink. And here is my tree frog. Yay! My little tree frog. Now the hole here is very interesting. I kind of made like a root thing because I didn't punch through, but it's beginning to rot because the poor little guy has been with me for a while. So up in this area here, you can see that there's a bit of a, who knows what that is, but today we're going to make it like something. I just decided I would play with this area. So the nice thing is that you can see these very shadowy areas where the tool kind of disappears. That's because if you go along the axis of the pumpkin, like I'm doing right here, you're going this way into the pumpkin, you can get as deep as you want because you are going along actually underneath the skin into the wall. So that's what's really nice about it. So I'm just kind of carving to kind of show you. Hope you enjoyed the season finale of Outrageous Pumpkins, and I hope you agreed with me. There were some challenges. They did exactly what I asked them to do, which was to make it very hard for me to choose. So this gives you the opportunity to see this. This is a new camera system I'm testing out. So you can post in the comments if you like it, and I'll read it later. But November is going to be my week of rest, my week of less talking, because my doctor said that my voice needs to rest. I worked really hard this season, and I was really happy to work really hard. Very, very happy to work really, really hard. And all I'm doing here is carving. Let me use this hand so you can see better. This back. These tools are so great. I have these tool sets for sale. Now this particular one is a more advanced tool, and I maybe start to sell these too, but right now I just sell a basic set. You can see that it is a sculpting tool, but you can see how nice and smooth you can get right there, you know? And then if we were to punch directly through, perpendicular to the pumpkin like you do with the triangle eyes and the teeth and stuff, you get a hole like this that goes in there. Really do like that hole, kind of. Maybe I'll have to put some more. And but if you go along this way in the pumpkin, you can go super, super deep. So I'll demonstrate that. There I go underneath the wall. You see? If I go like this and you see how deep, let me show this tool. See this tool right here and see how deep it goes in there? Yeah, so we're really digging deep into this crevice now and creating something that looks like it's emerging. Oh, just got a message from my husband. There we go. So you can come in here and make this really super deep, and then you can decide whether you're not, like, for example, here's the foot of my little tree frog. So I can go behind it because I'm not going, you understand that I'm not going, there we go, and kind of pulling out the dimension of him. See how much darker that is? Because I'm going down, below, and behind. See? So now he's kind of popping out. See? And then I can take this big tool and bring this back off of it. Like that. Maybe just bring this down like this and they touch. Why don't they touch? I don't know. And then you can say to yourself, the fun thing about carving these is that when you do it, things emerge, So like right here, this is kind of fun because it kind of looks coming from his head here, coming from his head like this. Right? And just like I said, be aware of the pumpkin guts because, you want to keep your area clean so that you don't slip on them. And this is indoors or outdoors. Right now I'm in my studio. But you can see right here that this looks very interesting. And so you go, hey, that looks really interesting. And so now what I've decided to do is maybe I'll pull this. I'm not going to go too deep because I want to be gentle to my tool and I want it to last for my pumpkin. So now I've taken this way deep like that, and then maybe another tool to soften it like that, right? Isn't that fun? But you see this mass. Now, as you look at this mass, what do you think it looks like? Well, to me, it looks like a wing. So we can just simply emphasize that. I think I'll use this tool. No, I want the flat part. To emphasize the fact that I think I see a wing. Right? Don't know if you see a wing, but I see a wing. I mean, look at that. Looks like a wing to me. So let's make it a wing. And that nice little fun curve right there. So let's not lose that. Sometimes my tools just give me what I want. I don't even know I want it, It's like, I don't know I want this. There we go. So you can see now it's got the scallop, see? And then we can come in here. This is a moon or ghost pumpkin. You can find them in pumpkin patches. Sometimes markets will sell them, but they charge a bit too much money. So, and if you live in an area where pumpkins are abundant, like Illinois, Indiana, back east, they tend to grow them a lot more. California does, Middle California, but it just depends on where you are, right? Okay, so I softened them up a bit, and now I'm saying to myself, hey, I'd like to just pull that out just a little bit more. I hope this is fun for you to see this because so many people have said they'd like to see what I did with this kind of thing. And so that's why I'm showing you today. I'm actually looking for a particular detail tool. Oh, here it is. Okay, cool. And then I'm just drawing with the detail tool. Now these mini ribbon tools are very delicate, but if you use them on this inner pumpkin, and then maybe your question will be, what does this feel like when you're sculpting it? Well, I'll tell you, it feels like sculpting papaya. You probably have eaten papaya for breakfast. So there it is. Whee! Woohoo! 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 But there it is. These tools can be found in an art store. I sell a basic set, but I might be selling an advanced set soon because a lot of my advanced carvers are like, where do I get that tool? And I say, okay, I'll get on it. Gives me months to do it till next time, right? So why pumpkins? Have you ever asked yourself that? Why would I teach you how to sculpt with a pumpkin? Well, I'll tell you, the reason a pumpkin is so good to sculpt with is because many people are intimidated by clay and paper. You put paper in front of them and they sit there and say, oh, I'm going to screw up. And I'm not saying you. You might be very, very, able to just look at something and then make it happen. But some people have this barrier, many do, and I don't mean children. Children usually don't have much barrier. They just draw. They just do what they want, They have no fear. And that's the way we are when we're young. But some of us lose that. I never lost that, I will tell you. Now, what's really fun about this arm right here is that you can see that it goes a little bit back. And what I really want to do with this arm now is, do you remember when you did sandcastles as a kid? Well, I'm going to come in here and I'm going to actually release that arm completely by going all the way behind and carving. I just think that would just look really cool. So sometimes a pumpkin kind of tells you what it wants. There we go. So now we have the wing, but we also have this arm that is coming really for real in front of the wing. It's really neat. It's really cool. Next thing we're going to do with the wing is, of course, give it some dimension. So we're just going to simply come up in here and very gently start that dimension, right? We're going to go here, like this, and just bring it on in. Bring it on in. We're going to do here, like this, come up, and up, there we go. And then down, there we go. And then we're going to give it that lovely end. We're going to come here because that kind of curled. So we're going to play with that curl. There we go. Now you're looking at it and perhaps you say, well, what else are you going to do? Well, I'll show you what else I'm going to do. Actually pulling out this like this and creating, whoops, don't roll. Now I'm on a Lazy Susan. I should mention I'm on a Lazy Susan. A Lazy Susan is usually used for, you put things on a tray and then people spin it around and eat off it. Well, not eat off it, but get the food off it, right? So here you can see that wing right there. We're going to detail it out in a minute. But I'm just getting the basics. You always go nice and easy and get your basics out when you're doing it. You don't have to rush or do anything like that. You just have fun. I mean, seriously, you just have fun. You can see how juicy, I hope you can see how juicy this pumpkin is right now. So what I'm going to do is let it rest, and then I'm really going to kick some detail into it, okay? But you won't have to watch that whole thing. But I'm basically going to just do this quick clean while I'm sitting here, because otherwise I get very cold because it something gets all over everywhere. But now we're going to take my loop tool, if I can find it. There, no. You may have a lot of tools, and you may say to yourself, I have a lot of tools, but I can't find the one I want. There it is. There it is. Okay. And we're just going to soften this middle like this. Okay? With this big tool. And get that concave look. Like that. Now, and my pumpkin is saying we're a little, with a pumpkin, you cannot assume that everywhere the wall is going to be the same place. That's where you have to be careful. And I am feeling, I'll show you, I am feeling right here a little delicateness. So we're going to go like this. Very carefully. We're going to go like this. Very carefully. Because it's very fragile in this area. So we're just going to be gentle to it. Okay, there we are. And I will post on my Instagram And also on this page, what it looks like when I light it. A pumpkin sculptor is never quite done pumpkin sculpting as long as there are pumpkins to be sculpted. So I thought that it would be kind of fun to do a pumpkin for you guys. Well, why don't you just see what I did for Halloween? What did you do for Halloween? I hope you'll share it with me. Some have, like Crazy Mike. He showed me his display and it was awesome, Mike. It was awesome. But many of you have done the same thing. You guys really get into it. And I usually do pumpkin demos in my neighborhood. That's how I get into it. That's what I do. So as an Imagineer, yes. And a hands-on puppeteer, yes. There's going to be a lot of things I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be showing you. And I'll let you take more of a peek in what I'm doing, okay? I know before it's been mostly me talking, but my doctor says that I need to rethink that. So I will. Just better for my health. So I said, okay, I will do it. Although, it's not like I don't like talking. You guys know I love talking. I go forever, right? Yeah, there could be a moon back here. I'm looking at it going, the moon might be nice back there. But first, let's focus. I'm going to do this wing for you. There we go. There we go. Ooh, it looks like there's a little breakage right there. But, that kind of balances the whole over here. So I'm kind of liking that. But never get sad if you break through. Just tell yourself that, you don't know how deep a pumpkin is going to be. So, there we go. There we go. So you just do what you can do. Right? There we go. Oh, yes, that's very nice. So here we've got wingy, the little spines in the wing. And then here we're gonna give this one the same spines, okay? So we're gonna go up and underneath, like that. We'll pull this down, like that, yeah. And then we're coming up. And we just kind of gently make those spines. There we go. So my classes sold out really fast this year. And so what I hope you will do is consider joining my class next year. Because once you do this, you can teach, you can learn, but a lot of things are going to happen for you that you weren't quite you weren't quite thinking you could do it. Like maybe you're someone who doesn't believe you can do stuff, but then all of a sudden you carve this pumpkin and you go, whoa, wait a minute, I feel like I can do stuff. And that's what I hope for you. This is the way I teach, is in the hope that you realize that the artist in you needs to be explored and expressed. And here it is. So here it is, and you can see how these little toes just really pop out. See? And I love this pumpkin because it stays with me a while, which this one has. And it just allows me to just fine tune and tweak, which is what it's doing now with my little guy. Just to have a field day with the depth on him. I'm just loving it. He's just really nice. I'm gonna go over here. Just give me a minute. People are dinging me, but they must wait. I'm talking to you. Yep. There we go. So I will let you see the finished product. I just wanted to pop in. There's a wing. There's my winged flying frog. I'm going to probably put another wing over in this area. This area needs some love. So we'll be doing more of that. And before I go, first of all, I want to say thank you. I hope you had a happy Halloween. I'd like to encourage you to show me what you did for Halloween. Talk to me about whether or not you did full-size bars or whether you did little candy size. I personally do popcorn, microwave popcorn, because I think that savory, a little salt with your sweet is good. So I'm just dumping my apron into this bag, and most of it is slipping onto the floor. But guys, have a lovely November. I will be broadcasting regularly, same time Friday and Monday. And I don't know what I'll be talking about, but I hope you'll tune in, and I hope you'll subscribe, and I hope you'll share with your friends. Because the main thing is that art is wonderful, and you all can do it. You all are human beings, which are, human beings when you are being a human being. Being a human being, and I know you do, being a human being is the best thing you can be. So go out and be the best you can be. Do something nice for someone else. It'll make you feel a whole lot better. So guys, I love you. Let's do one more shot of the pumpkin. There she is. There he is, our little frog with one wing. And next time you see him, he'll have a wing over here. All right. I hope you enjoyed it. And we will talk soon, okay? All right. Bye for now.
This video was made with generous donations from enthusiasts just like you.